Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind ya. The heart of a lion, a team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind ya. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making, history is made. We just getting started, you ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames, they gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
Hey, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Thursday week-ending edition of YSN Live. DJ Yoakley with you, back in the saddle again after a day off that, well, let's just face it, everybody knows that watched the show yesterday. I just sat around and typed things instead of popped on the show, which is a little bit weird, but
you were in your derpy era.
I was in my bag of derp right there. I don't even know if that sounds right or doesn't feel right, but I was in the bag of derp right there. Fun, great show yesterday. Gary Altizer stopping by for Wrestling Wednesday, and Anthony, like I said before we hopped on here, boy, man, you were shooting arrows like Robin Hood. You had great questions, running point guard, giving Gary a lot of runway to have great. Hey, Anthony, great job. Great job. That, by the way, is the 8-time best-selling author, the world traveler, Grammy, Emmy award-winning Nobel Peace Prize nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know him already, it's time to get to know him. The Wheel Deal, Anthony Ronald Hartwig. Wiki, what's up?
I think that nickname's on a stick. I like the Wheel Deal.
Wheel Deal? I came up with that the other night, and I was cracking myself up. There's a lot of people that are going to frown upon that. God probably being one of them. Jesus does not like the Wheel Deal nickname, but I dig it. The Wheel Deal.
Jesus just turns to me, you good with it? Yeah, okay. Then we're good.
Jesus, baby. Jesus, we're good. Buddy, we got a lot to talk about today. The All YSN team is coming out tomorrow morning. We don't have a show, so I figured, hey, it's a Friday, the last Friday of the football season. So let's just toss that out there. It is certainly going to be highlighting a ton of players. I don't have an exact count. I know there are a lot. Now, before we get too deep into the weeds on this and people get upset, let's set the parameters as to what it means to be the All YSN team. Admittedly, there's not nearly as many linemen as there probably should be on this list. There needs to be something that we do that incorporates linemen. I'm leaning towards that. I would like to do something very special moving forward. I think we're going to pull it off next year. I think we finally have kind of the amount of guys that we need to, get the big uglies some love, because those guys work a lot. They don't get their name in headlines a lot. Some of them will, some of them won't. And it's tough because it's not like the NFL or college. You don't grade out linemen on an everyday basis in high school football. It just doesn't happen. There's not enough time to do that and resources. But what I'll tell you with the All YSN team, this is how we do it. And you tell me where we're wrong, because I think this is the absolute best way. Because we don't like participation awards anyway. Everybody says this is a participation trophy. It is what it is. But what I will tell you is it is based off of your team gets the number of players on a team is based off of your wins and losses in the regular season. So if you went 10-0, you got 10 guys on the team. If you went 1-9, you got one guy on the team. And the exception and where the participation trophy gets pointed to is if a team goes winless throughout the year, we still want to make sure that they have one person of representation on that all YSN team. Why? Because it sucks bad enough that you go 0-10. At least put someone on there that deserves a little bit of, hey, attaboy. Like, attaboy. Way to fight through it. You played all 10 games. Little smack. Why do I think that is the best? Oh, man, this stupid... This Mars thing is really giving me a problem. I'm like,
Man.
two-faced, like half-faced here. So why do we do it like this, Ant? Because at the end of the day, if you want more players on the team, maximum of 10, win more games. Right?
It's a pretty
I mean,
simple formula.
don't you think, like, and I'm not saying that everybody should succumb to this way of, but like, I look across some of these awards and these postseason superlatives, essentially. You got teams that are like one win and they've got 17 guys on a team. No disrespect. How does that – if you have one win, how do you have 17 guys that should be up for all season awards?
What was going wrong? What happened? If you have that much talent, what happened?
I'm sitting there and I'm looking at scores and I'm like, okay, lost by 30, lost by 24, lost like – but they have over – and I'm not exact – over 10 guys on a postseason superlative for conferences. How does that work? These things are so political. I can tell you this has zero political prowess to it because let's just face it, a lot of it was DJ Yokley going him, like that, because those are the names that we hear on Friday nights, excuse me, and Saturdays, and sometimes Thursdays. Those are the names that pop up on YSN. So when there's issues, we go to who? The announcer who announced them all season, and we say, who do you think? And then worst case scenario would go into some of the other awards that are handed out, ones that we can appreciate, like the all-conference awards, things of that nature, and then we go first team down. So a lot of people are kind of waiting. This is one of the last ones other than the state awards, correct?
Right.
That are waiting for this, and they go, well, why didn't my kid get on? Or why didn't this kid? Or why didn't this player get on? Well, did they get? No. Well, did they? No. No. Oh. So we're supposed to pick up the slack and be like, this poor, you know what, had nothing. Like, we've been down that road before where we take people's opinions and we've been wrong. We've been wrong and we'll be wrong again. But remember the – I almost don't want to say – remember the year we put a JV player?
Yeah. And then I think one year we put a football player that didn't come out that year because he was a senior. And we just did it based on what he did as a junior. And we're like, well, he was really good as a junior, so we'll just put him on. Well, he didn't play.
That's a little live and learn, right? That was a little – we've gotten better. We've become better. We always promise at every show we're going to be better tomorrow, right? We're better. And we're going to be better tomorrow again. I know I'm going to catch heat tomorrow. I know that hell is going to come down with a fury of fists right on my bald head. But I'm ready for it because I'll be honest, I'll be doing a game. So it's like a Friday night. I'll just turn the phone over. There it is. Good luck, Anthony.
I get all the messages and Instagram comments. Anytime you make a list, you're going to make people mad. It's just the nature of the beast.
And we stayed away from that for power rankings. We stayed away from for a while. We've gotten away from power rankings again because, quite honestly, they didn't make a whole lot of sense sometimes. and we got, oh, you're just doing that because you're South Range. You're just doing that because no. We put in some significant time into those power rankings, and literally, you're just inviting the world to come and just kick you square in the boys.
Come on, right there. Let's go.
Just, I mean, you've got a target right there, and like it's like a Make-A-Wish. They just wham. I always wanted to do that. Here we are. Come get it. Right between the uprights. Speaking of right between the uprights, how's this for a segue? Today we started, because we have the All YSN team coming out. Today we started the release of the All YSN superlatives that we hand out every year. We changed them up a little bit this year because, and we'll explain why, but the first one we handed out, first two actually today, the first one that came out just moments before the show was the All YSN Special Teams Player of the Year, aka the Kicker of the Year, because usually we give it to a kicker. This year is no different. And congratulations to Luke Goodrich of Canfield, your All YSN Kicker of the Year. For many reasons, this dude was a big part of the success that Canfield had this particular season. And certainly, if you've ever seen him kick, I mean, to the moon goes the pigskin. I'm pretty sure that Buzz Aldrin has caught a football off of the leg of Luke Goodrich. Buzz Aldrin went to the moon, right?
Yes, he did. Yep.
Fact check. There it is, kids.
If you buy the moon, which I do. So,
hey, we won.
There are people out there that don't.
As long as we won, I'm buying
it. We won.
If the Russians won, it's all fake. It's all fake. Space race is ours. And Luke Goodrich, if he was around back, here we go. You ready? I'm going to test my knowledge here. If he was around back in 1969, when we went to the moon, fact check, 1969, come on.
I'm sorry, I was distracted reading the comments. Can you repeat that?
What year did we go to the moon?
1969.
Yes. I am Excalibur. I'll tell you what, man. If Luke Goodrich was around in 1969 when we went to the moon, he would have literally told old Buzz Aldrin, hey, you go up there. I'm going to plant this bad boy at about the 30-yard line, and I'll send it your way.
He tells him, hey, put it up right at the moon. I'm gonna hit it.
Well, it would have been Buzz. I mean, old Buzz would have put that flag right, that Old Glory, right in the moon rock, and then you would, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, and then you would have seen him do like the arms like this, and then catch the pigskin that Goodrich would have sent right to him. Like, that's how strong Luke Goodrich's leg is. If this kid isn't kicking at the next level, there's something wrong, not only with college football, with America. I believe in Luke Goodrich, and I've seen his leg live and in person, and there's legends out there about what this young man can do. He's kicked through 6 feet of snow, and that thing is still good from 60. No doubt. No doubt. Adam Vinatieri has a poster of Luke Goodrich on his wall. And that, yes, in turn, is why Luke Goodrich is your All YSN Kicker of the Year. So, hey, Luke, congratulations, pal. Appreciate you. You and Buzz. Is Buzz Aldrin still alive? Because I feel bad if he's been dead for a while.
I actually don't know if he's still alive or not.
What do I even have you around for if you don't know?
I knew the other stuff. I'm not an encyclopedia. I'm not a robot. Neil Armstrong was the first step on the moon anyway. He did it first. Neil Armstrong, Ohio native.
I've met Neil Armstrong, by the way.
There you go.
I've met Neil Armstrong. God rest. Hey, moment of silence for Neil Armstrong. You were spaceman. You were the real Captain Kirk. You made all things possible, Neil Armstrong. You're from Ohio.
Did us proud.
Put us on the map. On another basically another planet. Even though people say the moon isn't a planet, I believe it is. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Buzz. Moment has passed. Ohio kicking tail, buddy. We are bringing education to the world today.
Sam
Also-
Torres says Ohio has put more people on the moon than any other state.
We'll get to that.
Oh,
We'll unpack that in a minute.
H.
We're going to unpack that in just a minute. Congratulations to the All-YSN Team of the Year, the McDonald Blue Devils. Anthony, it took 100 years, literally, to write a script as well as the Blue Devils did this year. Dan Williams and the entire community of McDonald, boy, these boys put all of them on their shoulders, and all the way to the state semifinals go the Blue Devils, undefeated, just one blemish at the end of the season, nothing, and I mean nothing, to hang their heads about in that defeat. A good Hillsdale team and just shy of a state championship opportunity. McDonald Blue Devils, I mean, they had everything. They had everything you could ever want. If you're going back and you're putting the DVD together of this championship season, this regional championship season of McDonald, it has everything. It has blowouts. It has tight games. It has come from behind victories, 7-6 victories.
Yeah. Whoa.
I mean, if you can't get behind the just novel and hopefully someday a book about this McDonald team and what they went through in the unselfish way that they went through it, led by Dan Williams, who after a couple and a half decades at the helm of McDonald, I mean, everything, I mean, it was perfect. This is a Disney movie, Anthony. This is a Disney movie if I've ever seen it before in my life. It just didn't have that finish. But all those guys at the end, even though they were a little sad, now they're prepared for life. Now they're hungry for life. They're hungry for more. Hopefully we see some of these players go to the next level and finish the story, as Cody Rhodes would say. Arguments for McDonald being team of the year?
Well, one thing, when you do something that what hasn't been done since 1994, which is go to state for McDonald. The last time they went there was 94. So that's, do the math. That's what, 31 years that you've.
Yeah.
So you do something for the first time in 31 years. You're doing something that a lot of people haven't even seen. Like, yeah, I was 3 years old. So we're talking a generation of people that haven't seen McDonald go to state. So that's special. That's special. And I know there's usually we try to do like the team that went the furthest, and we had two teams hit that level, and I'm sure you can make just as many arguments for Mooney winning that team of the year. But I think when you're at McDonald and you talk about the rarity it was for that program to get as far as they did and the things that they did this year for that program and the history of it, they just got that little nod for the history's sake, for the doing something for the first time in 31 years sake, for the fact that they did it as a team. They were well-rounded, and they turned it on in the playoffs, which what I thought was really cool. You know, in the regular season, they had a couple of scares, a couple of games where we got really close. But when the playoffs came, it was just a whole new McDonald team that was kicking butts. There was no one close to McDonald until that state semifinal game. So it was really cool to see them just flip a switch a little bit in postseason.
So it's interesting you bring that up because I was thinking about that myself. And was it that McDonald was so challenged in the regular season because of who they play? I mean, people talk about football around here and there's and there's a little bit of, okay, everybody gets up about Youngstown teams and And I think there's something to it. Like, I'm not saying that we play maybe a different brand than everybody else in the state. I think we play the game a little bit better than everybody else in the state. I've had deep conversations about the Moon Man himself, Sam Torres, about this, about the difference in just Ashtabula and Youngstown, right? Late discussions going to 5 a.m. Las Vegas time, by the way. And I think we played football better. I mean, there's just things that you look at, and not every area has two teams represented in the regional finals. Not every team has two teams represented in the state semifinals. So you look at that and you go, this area is very special. And I think how do I put this? I think we're a little bit spoiled sometimes with how successful this area is done. Football, softball. I think basketball, really, outside of Louisville and Akron Hoban, Archbishop Hoban, sorry, we're a little bit starved for it. You know, we're looking, and hopefully this is the year that we've got another team that takes another step in that direction. We're starting to get the talent in basketball, but I think it's an AAU thing that kids are a little bit more basketball IQ and basketball savvy moving into it. But football, we're good. We're all right. We got a lock on that one. I mean, some of the coaches, and Coach of the Year is coming out later today. Some of these coaches that we had to sift through and say, okay, why is this coach get a leg up on this coach? And
Coach of the Year was, it's a hard, there's so many nominees out there. There's so many good teams and great coaches that led their teams this year. So when it comes out, just know that it wasn't one of those ones that was unanimous or one of those ones that was like, hey, this is a no-brainer. This probably was one of the hardest Coach of the Year picks that we've had in the 9 years of YSN football. I
don't think we've ever had a no-brainer on any of these superlatives that we do. Now that you brought that up.
I think when we had Sydney Watson softball, it was like, okay, we get it.
Well, wait. Time out. Because I'm trying to remember her name off the top of my head.
Toth was right there.
Toth,
but Sydney had the offense, and Sydney was hitting home runs and striking people out. We were just like, okay.
But Sid got like offensive player of the year, and then Milena got MVP the next year?
I think we did the 1 year we did Gabby Gradish, our offensive player of the year, because she had like 24 home runs.
Yeah, they were.
So we were like, okay, well, you're a great pitcher. Obviously, Gabby is, but you're just smashing on all. We can't give everyone pitcher of the year. So I think we did Sid MVP, Milena Toth pitcher of the year, and Gabby Gradish our offensive player of the year. But they all could have been MVPs. It was just one of those ones where you're splitting hairs. But Sid was the only one that had the extremely high pitching numbers against high level teams and the huge power numbers on offense. So,
by the way, Sydney Watts has a locker available on the Georgia Tech website that you can buy up all of her NIL stuff, and we encourage you to do so.
Let's do it.
I will be getting a Sydney Watts jersey. Hopefully, we can get that little baby signed. Put it up in the YSN studios. I got my Landon Beidelshees jersey. Still waiting to get framed up. We get the Sydney Watts. Let us know if you have an NIL deal out there and they're selling your jersey at the college level. We want it. We want to buy it. For some reason, Brian gave me a company card, and I will purchase it straight up. I got Tino Merlo from Cardinal Mooney. I have his Kentucky jersey. I'm going to get that signed. I think that's the coolest thing, to have college jerseys up on the wall and say, hey, this gal went here, and she was or he was a YSN athlete.
I have Darren Waller's championship jersey from Michigan. I know he moved on from Michigan to transfer to Kentucky, but when you have that playoff jersey with the 2024 and it says Waller Jr. on the back, you know you're doing something right, man.
That's sick. I love it. I'm excited about it. So if you or know someone who was a YSN athlete and they have NIL stuff, we want to support them.
Let's do it.
Do purchasing some jerseys or whatever it looks like. But the Beidelshees is, how do I say this? Plural. The Beidelshees? Is it like deer and deers? Like the Beidelshees?
Oh, Sean Elwood. We need a Drew DeShields jersey. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Drew would sign that in a heartbeat.
We need Drew. We need Bo. We need a Bo Youngstown State jersey.
I would love that.
Both
Also
12.
TC Caffey, YSU jersey.
Yes.
Well, who else? Oh, Gavin. Hey, Gavin Gregory, Toledo. Congratulations,
Toledo.
my friend. Congratulations. We're
join,
gonna get a Gavin Gregory jersey.
We're gonna have 2 YSN players throwing to each other because Walter Moses from Perry is Toledo as well. So he'll be their quarterback, and then maybe he'll be throwing to Gavin Gregory in the not too distant future.
He will part the
And then
Max
Katie
Seas.
McDonald is also playing softball for Toledo. So we have a lot of YSN representation in the Glass Bowl up there in Toledo.
Speaking of the kind of ongoing commitments that we're seeing right now, and I think tomorrow's the last day for D1 commitments, if I'm not mistaken, for this first time around. I think that's how it goes. I'm still a little bit wishy-washy on some of those rules.
It's funny because there's these days, but you'll still see some trickle through. Like a couple of the signings that happened yesterday. It's not National Signing Day anymore, but it's still like, hey, you got your letter a little bit late from the school, or some things had to be filed, some FAFSA things had to go through and get checked. So here's your letter. Sorry, it's a week late, but you still get to sign. So National Signing Day is fun because it's where most people sign, but we know that there's also those ones that kind of trickle through the rest of the calendar that they sign a little bit later. I know Kelsey Dye just signed for softball this week as well from Middle Ridge. So every now and then there's this like that one that for whatever reason that they had to wait a little bit to get that letter to be able to officially sign.
We have Taylor Fairchild, who we've interviewed before.
Yes, great story.
Yeah. Did you like that story?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I liked your story, but also a great story, Taylor Fairchild. I mean, the things that girl has come back from, and been able to still play soccer at an elite level is ridiculous.
Very high level. And congratulations, Tay, on to Lake Erie College. She goes incredible. And people are asking, and we're just going to put it, you and I are the ones that do the majority of the stories when it comes to that stuff. If you have a story about the signing that it's a little bit more than a signing, please send that to us. Like, we want to tell the story. If you just want us to put a post out there, that's fine too. But we received just ample information about Taylor Fairchild's story. Her mom had an unbelievable post on Facebook that we were pointed to, and then we took that information, kind of threw it in the blender, and out comes a story. So if you're looking for one of those, we're happy to do it. We need a picture, obviously, of the signing or of them playing if we don't already have one. And then naturally just some background. And we can ask the questions. It's not something we can do for everybody, but if you give us enough information, we can put it together and create a story out of it, something for you to have forever. Or if a post is good enough, a post is good enough. Or hey, let's have an interview. We can do that as well. But there's a lot of people like, hey, why did my kid not get this? And not, first off, we're not playing that game. But secondly, like, if you read that story, you understand there's some things are a little bit different. Some things, Tay-Tay's been through some stuff, and so have the Fairchilds, and I can appreciate that that she's on to the next level, man. That's what a story that is to tell people, and what a story that is to understand that if you want something bad enough and you're not going to be denied, you can pull it off. And she is. And I think she's going to be a weapon at the next level.
I can't agree more. And like I said, there was probably a point not too long ago in her career where playing at the next level was a vast dream that was really far away, and it probably felt like it was never going to happen. And then just put your nose to the grindstone and never let someone tell you can't do something. And here you are, Taylor, now after her senior year, signing a letter of intent to go play at the next level. It's inspiring. It's like we talked about the McDonald football team being a Disney movie. Taylor is a Disney movie. That whole story, that's like pure cinema. You probably couldn't script it any better than it turned out for Taylor. So tremendous. We're so proud of her.
Very proud.
Let's
Very
go.
proud. What else was I going to add? By the way, you have a very inspiring story that I'm appreciative of. And so many people, I don't think maybe know the story, but I'm sure you've faced a lot through getting to where you are today, and the adversities that you've had to face from that. So hey, kudos to you, man. Nobody ever had you down. It wasn't on anybody else's bingo card, but yours and mine. Of you're gonna be the voice of the valley when it comes to all of this stuff, man. So congratulations, and you keep kicking ass and taking names. We're super proud of you. Not to pat you on the back more than you need it and publicly, because I know you hate it, but hey, man, sometimes you get your moment in the sun, and way to go, man. I know there's a lot of people that are pulling for you, have been pulling for you for a while, and you just continue to all the things that maybe you didn't think you could do, you just keep nailing them. Just win after win after win after win. So, Ronnie, here's to you, pal. Here's to you.
Get better every day. That's my motto. We'll get better tomorrow.
We'll be better tomorrow. We still got a lot to talk about. What's your take on? I mean, the college carousel of coaches has begun. Mm-hmm. What's your take on all this stuff? I know we talked to who did we talk to about this the other day? Who was on?
Was Upshire? Did you talk about it with Upshire?
No, it was a combined. You and I were doing. It might have been Cade Reynolds.
Monday was. Well, Cade Reynolds was last week, but I think that was the last live guest we had.
Oh, you know who it was? It was Greg.
Or was it Greg?
McAfee. It was Greg.
Okay, Greg. Yeah.
The college.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about Lane Kiffin, and it was more about what that one podcaster called Lane Kiffin and having, journalistic integrity on how you're covering people. But yeah.
How do you feel about the carousel? Do you think it'll ever trickle down to the high school level from that standpoint?
Yeah.
Or
I think when you see like the bigger schools, I think it probably does. If you go into Columbus and you kind of go into that world, I'm sure there's coaches that kind of hop around schools and find their ways from one school to the other, or use one school as a stepping stone. When you're dealing with as much money as these college coaches are, everybody has a price, and I don't care how much you preach loyalty and I'm here for you guys. If someone drops, I don't know what Lane Kiffin's number is, but if someone drops a huge bag on your front door and says, "Here, come over here," all of a sudden that loyalty shifts a little bit. And I'm not going to judge, because I've never had to say no to $300 million, because that would be a lot. I don't.
If they said you can't wear Georgia Tech stuff anymore for $300 million, what's the answer to that?
I'd like to say my answer would be no, but I can't even fathom what $300 million looks like. So that's really hard to say. It's almost like trying to say what you do in a very life-threatening situation. Like, oh, you watch those thriller movies and be like, man, I would have run through that door. But like the adrenaline's going, you don't know how you respond in those situations. And the same thing, like, I don't know how I'd respond to someone saying, here's literally life-changing money that you will never have to worry about money again. Like, what would I say no to? What would I give up? You'd like to say that you wouldn't give up your principles, at least. But like, would you give up some of the small things that you talk about loyalty for? I don't know. I'm not here to defend Lane Kiffin. I actually think that Lane Kiffin, the way he handled things, kind of shady. I'm not a big fan of the fact that he gave his coaches an ultimatum and said, if you're not on this plane, you can't come to LSU with me, because that kind of put Ole Miss in a bad spot. I am proud of Ole Miss for saying, well, you're not going to use this next month to recruit players to LSU by using our program to do it when you're in the same conference. It would have been easy for Ole Miss to be like, you know what, we want a playoff win, we want to win a championship, just stay here, win us a championship, and who cares what it does to our program down the line? But they didn't. They just said, you know what, you want to leave, get out. And that was I think that was, in my opinion, if I was Ole Miss, I'd do the same thing. I know there's a lot of people that are saying, just let him stay and coach, go win a national championship. You don't understand. If he's there for another month, he is using that month of playoff football to directly recruit kids to his new program at LSU.
You don't think he's going to do it anyway?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want him to use my program. Like, I wouldn't want him to go on a playoff run and say, look what I did at Ole Miss. I just won a national championship. Come to LSU. Like, that wouldn't sit right with me if I was Ole Miss's AD.
This is a double-edged sword from that standpoint, because I think
If it was like
if
a
you're-
different conference, if he was going to Oregon or something, like, oh, maybe, but like you're
Hey,
going to LA,
hey,
that's like right over. That's
he's
like
not
right over the
welcome.
road.
He's not welcome in Oregon. As someone who is slowly but surely becoming an Oregon Ducks fan, Dan Lanning
You
is
muck
the Dan
ducks.
Manning, the leader of the Quack.
I'll say Oregon has the best mascot on the world. He is. I love the Oregon Duck, man. I will stand for the Oregon Duck. That guy.
Whoever's
he's
in
always
there.
the- he-
Do
he's
you
great.
remember? Do you remember?
Sydney Sweeney call me?
Do you remember whoever won the Hubbard Eagle when they won the national for like the mascot of the year in high school? Dude, it was whoever was in that mascot costume was electric.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, there's somebody in there. But I will say this, dude. There's a lot of that Hubbard Eagle in that Oregon Duck, and I've never seen the Hubbard Eagle and the Oregon Duck guy in the same place. What if the scholarship, they got a scholarship to go be the Oregon Duck, and that's a guy from Youngstown?
You know, and we tried so hard to get that Hubbard Eagle on YS, like try to get that head so we could use it for the headgear. They hold on to that like it's
Oh my
the
God.
England crown jewel. Like they would not let that out of the vault at all. So props to Hubbard knowing what they have and treasuring it, because we tried hard. Like Jamie and Anthony Romo both really lobbied to get that eagle head so we could do the whole headgear thing on one of our pregame shows.
They said
And
no.
Hubbard would just no. That is sacred ground.
I'll give Sam credit for this particular one when he was trolling Michigan.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was pretty good. You got the script Ohio.
I've seen more, or maybe it's because the duck is a little bit cuter or something. Like he's just got more persona or more charisma. But like the stuff that he does and maybe Game Days does in Oregon more. I don't know what it is, but like he's just had banger after his Sports Center commercial where he's just sitting in the desk and he looks out the window and he sees a bunch of ducks and he's just like little things like that are just like top notch.
I would argue that Brutus the Buckeye is more recognized for another man putting him on his head than Brutus the Buckeye is for being himself.
Right.
Tell me I'm wrong. When you think of Lee Corso, what do you think of?
Brutus the Buckeye.
Boom. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
He started it. He ended it.
Now,
Brutus the
I think
Buckeye.
dropping the F-bomb on live TV.
Oh,
Lee Corso is the only guy that on ESPN that can get away with that.
they're pretty loose right now.
No, Pat McAfee is really loosened the chains a little bit.
Man,
Now they even got their sideline reporter dropping swear words on the show.
Pete Thamel.
Well, what's her name? She just did it last week. She said because it was cold.
She's colder than you know what.
Yeah.
Here, as someone who is a frequent participant in swear words, here's what gets me, and we can have this argument. You don't swear. I've heard you swear maybe one time.
Try not to.
Have you ever dropped the F-bomb?
Back in the when I used to not have that stance that I wasn't going to swear, but I had a come to Jesus moment where I was like, my attitude and my persona towards people is very negative, and maybe swearing for me personally has a reason to that. So there was honestly, it was right. It was 10th grade. I swore a lot, as a little, a 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade. It was this high school culture. Here's a shot. I know we don't want, but if you go into high school, you're going to hear a lot of swear words in those hallways.
Elementary school, apparently, we're finding out.
So 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade, I was a sailor's mouth. I would swear a lot. But then I was like, I need to stop this. I had 6 months where I wouldn't listen, watch, like do anything that had any kind of swear words in it. I cut it completely out of my life for like 6 months. And it was hard, but then you just kind of have the self-discipline, and it was a thing for like me personally. I feel like if I'm swearing, it's because I'm not myself and I'm not,
In control.
exuding the joy that I want to exude to other people. I don't, because I think there are people that swear that don't have them affect their mood, or it's just the way they talk, which is cool for them. It's just a personal thing for me. That like I realized that I was swearing because I was angry. So I was an angry person. So I was like, I need to not be an angry person. Maybe cutting that kind of language out of my vocabulary will help me be a less angry person. And that's what I did personally. There are some people that are the happiest people in the world, but still swear a lot. It's just because it's how they talk. And if you can do that, cool. And I'm to the point when I don't care if I watch a movie that swears or songs that swear. I just don't do it personally, or at least try not to do it personally myself. And it's a personal thing for me.
I love whenever you're listening to music before the show starts, and I know that there's a swear word coming up, and I crank up the volume like to 11 to see if you'll say it.
Is he singing along to the swear words?
Yeah, like come on, say it. And then you like just stop. Like you like radio edit yourself, which is impressive. This is the interesting part. Shocker that DJ Yoakley is going to talk about parenting.
I don't know, Sean. This season there's been a lot of chances for expletives, buddy.
Relax. Relax. You don't have Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph leading the team, okay? Let's just relax. You still got a Mahomes and a Kelsey. And they're not booing Renegade in Kansas City.
True.
Anyway, it's interesting because you have to choose, right, who you're going to be and like how you're going to be perceived. And swearing, like you meet a new person and it's kind of like dating. You never know who's going to drop the first, or if they're going to swear, or if they don't. Like if you met us the majority of the time, if you're watching the majority of the time, you don't know if we are swear people or not. You are not. I am, because it's become such a part of our society and letting it fly sometimes. But there's also a piece of decorum that you have to hold when we do what we do, and we're expected to not just absolutely go on a tirade of, filling up the swear jar. But I think some parents are just absolutely wildly blind to the fact that their kid swears. Like I've seen elementary kids just drop kind of different words that I've never even attached to each other before. And I'm like, wow, okay. And we've had outbursts that maybe our daughter hears and maybe she uses it. But my argument is she used it in the right context. So she understands the right syllable, all that stuff in the right context. All right. Hey, most people are going to point at me. I'm never going to throw my wife under the bus. We'll just leave it at that. But it's interesting to hear kids swear, right? And we've had kids on this show accidentally swear. And
yeah,
it's seen as a bad look by some people don't care. We try not to, but it's also a real, like if we're talking, we've been in interviews where a coach will just let it fly because it's the emotion of it. And you can't reel it back in once you let it out. I've been just as guilty in the last 9 years of dropping. You just get emotional because that's what sports creates, is emotion. It evokes the emotion. And it's like, I have a hard time being like, oh, like 1990, a little bit different than 2025, a little bit different from 2025. So I know I have a kind of a soft approach to, language, but I guess if you're going to hear it, I'd rather you hear it in the right context than just blurting it out just because you can. Because you know, like when you're younger, maybe this is just me. You say it because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not allowed to say this. So you do it, and then like your parents hear it for the first time, and you're like, oh boy,
Oh boy.
oh boy, where did you hear that? It's the Ralphie, right?
Right.
Where did you hear that word? Oh fudge. And then you just pick out, you're the first person you can think of. But reality is probably your parents or your uncle, crazy uncle, and they're probably yelling at a TV because of sports. At least in my family, that's what it was. So, yeah, crazy way to. What do we got here? Oh yeah, dude, the AAU tournaments. Soap in the mouth, baby.
Soap in the mouth. I never got
all right,
that.
Ant. Here's one. Since we were talking about the Oregon Duck being the best mascot, who has the best mascot around here right now? Hubbard Eagle was far and away
Hubbard Eagle,
for the long time. Should we be bringing mascots back?
I think so. I don't think there are enough mascots out there.
Do we have a Pullman Bulldog mascot?
I haven't seen one. No, I don't go. They might come out for football, and I'm not out and about for football season.
About hoops? No. Well, we see them here and there.
We see the Raider pop up every now and then. The big head Raider.
I like the big head Raider. That's a tough one, though. That's a tough one. What do you do if you're the Clippers? Giant plane?
Cartoon plane, or just a pilot comes in. I'll be Otto. I'll be Otto, your pilot.
Autopilot, get it? Can you imagine if you had to dress up? Listen, we love Columbiana. If you had to dress up in an airplane costume and you're just shuffling, your arms are out like this, and you're just shuffling, through the hallways. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me.
Pardon. And then let me just get right through right here.
Dude, somebody trips you, you're done. Like, you're not getting up.
Oh, man.
Some people might get it confused with the shark outfit.
See, I think Niles can have a real let's get a dragon mascot, because dragons are just cool. You can't mess up a dragon.
Like the Chinese New Year dragon, where there's like 50 people underneath it, and you're just
just man. God love whoever has to be the butt of that dragon.
What if you had Niles and South Range were supposed to play tonight? They're not.
Right. They're not.
But you have that dragon and it's doing its thing, and all of a sudden you get the Raider and he just slices the head of the dragon, and then the dude falls out of it. They do have a dragon mascot, apparently.
They do. Okay, I haven't seen. I want to see it.
Would it be like Magellan from Eureka's Castle? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh. Pull up Magellan from Eureka's Castle. Can you pull that up for us?
Let's pull it up. Magellan from Eureka's Castle. Okay.
Show everybody.
All right, let's get Google up.
Eureka's Castle was a banger back in the day. That was the go-to. At least I tell myself that, because my wife disagrees with me. She never had Nickelodeon. Do you see the dragon?
Yeah.
This is why we need a producer.
Oh, because it's kind of like, it looks a little bit like the Dragon Tales dragon.
So I don't know what Dragon Tales is, but sure.
I've never heard of Eureka's Castle before.
Oh,
I have no idea. Let me see if I can save it so we can share this image.
You strike me as a Batley kind of guy. The bat with the glasses on. Like, he would have been your favorite character.
That was on Nickelodeon in the 90s?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, that was OG Nickelodeon. Go find it on YouTube.
I remember what was the Eat My Shorts in Nickelodeon?
Oh yeah, that was Budnick from Salute Your Shorts.
Salute your shorts. I don't know why I said emo. I'm thinking of Simpsons.
See, Sam knows Eureka's Castle. He knows. He's down with the UC or EC. UC, idiot.
All right, I got it.
You got
Saving.
it? All right. Here comes.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you've
gonna
never
put it up.
seen Magellan from Eureka's Castle, he's on his way to your screen. This show stinks. But there it is. That's Eureka and Magellan.
What in the world?
Yeah.
It looks like I just did LSD and now I'm hallucinating.
Dude, and he had the goofiest voice too. Okay, Eureka. And she had she was, I don't know. I didn't like Eureka. I didn't like her very much.
Eureka!
Eureka's Castle. Good show. Great kid show. Still, to this day, you can look it up on YouTube. Kids will love it. My daughter loves it. It's safe. Unlike some of the things today, other than Bluey. Bluey's the
safe.
goat.
Is Paw Patrol still safe?
Yeah, they like Paw Patrol.
See, I grew up
SpongeBob
like-
gets dicey, dude.
They sneak some stuff in SpongeBob.
Kids weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob, and I don't
They
think
def-
Sarah's. Yeah, Sarah's. Still not
Nickelodeon
real
was
keen on
always
it.
that channel though. The cartoons could sneak stuff in. It wasn't as tightly knit as Disney. Like
Hey, Disney still does its fair
Disney
share.
Channel cartoons back in the 90s, at least, like when I was growing up, they were kind of buttoned up. But then Nickelodeon was like, "Hey, we'll sneak some innuendos in here that if you know, you know." Kind of
Oh,
thing.
here's the thing with Nickelodeon.
Like Ren and
you had
Stimpy and Nickelodeon, like Ren and Stimpy, how that got away with some stuff. I mean,
well, Nickelodeon was for the rebellious kids,
yes,
not for
Not
for
for
like
the-
the goody goodies, right? The way that-
exactly.
but like Disney's made that jump. Like even on their if you watch DuckTales
DuckTales,
now,
the new one,
the new one is. I enjoy DuckTales,
but
the
it's
new one.
hilarious.
But it's like, I think nowadays you have to have that appreciation. You have to be like, hey, there might be 40-year-olds watching this because they have kids and they watched this when they were younger.
Mhm.
So let's mix in some kind of like tongue-in-cheek jokes here.
Oh yeah, Sam brings up Rocco's Modern Life. That got away.
That
That
was
got
a great
away with
show.
some stuff.
You know
That
what
got
sucked?
away with some stuff.
I hated David the Gnome. It was on like before Eureka's Castle. PBS absolutely sucked for me growing up. I was not a
I was not a PBS kid. Didn't watch Arthur.
Arthur stinks.
Arthur stinks.
I tell my
No,
kids
you know
that
what?
to this day.
I did watch Zaboomafoo. That was the only PBS show I'd watch. Zaboomafoo.
What about
was
the
cool.
dog? What was the dog's name? Wishbone. What's
Oh
the
yeah,
story,
what's the story of
Wishbone?
Wishbone?
And then they had MathNet, which is the only way you're getting me to do math from those guys was MathNet. And I didn't even solve the problems half the time. I was just in it for the story, which is probably the same reason that my son doesn't like math. So, like father, like son. Man, we didn't hit those. Well, we kind of hit the well, I can't even think of the name now. Not characters. Mascots. We kind of hit
Mascots.
the
We got sidetracked. We got sidetracked by thinking the Niles Dragon mascot would look like Magellan.
found a photo of the dragon with Jim Tressel.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Sam, send it to our group me or something. Get it. Oh, he texted it to me.
Doug
Okay.
was goated. Yes, Doug was my favorite.
Okay, I'm gonna put this on Google Drive and then we're gonna get it up on the show.
Hot take? You ready? Rugrats. Awful.
Rugrats not great. Not
I
great.
hated Rugrats. I thought they were all pretentious little punks.
The one episode where they goes into Chucky's mom's backstory, that got me. But everything else, I was like, oh, you're just telling you're just using movie references from a baby's perspective. That's all that show was.
A little
here's
bit too deep for
here's our Indiana Jones episode. Here's our Star Wars episode. Here's our Godzilla episode.
Hey, to be fair, that's what Family Guy does. So
yeah, but Family Guy is actually funny.
Has its moments. Family Guy I thought was funnier like when it first came out because it was so like pushing the envelope. But man, this is good sports talk today.
We're getting it.
They're gonna start calling us a variety show now, I guess.
All right, let's get this Niles Dragon picture.
All right, I'm ready for this Niles Dragon. I don't know that I've ever seen it. Have you?
Not until this.
Oh, now you've seen it. I have seen that. Is that a dragon?
Yes. Does he have wings? I can't really tell if he has wings on there or not. I'm gonna full screen it. He's got the spikes to kind of tell you a dragon, but
that looks like a dinosaur. Actually, from Rugrats reference, it looks like Reptar.
It looks like Reptar. It's a red Reptar.
It's a red Reptar.
But if it has wings on its back, which you can't really see its back, maybe it redeems itself.
That's a Game of Thrones dragon, guys.
That's a show.
I've never seen it. Never watched one.
Sam's watching. He knows me and him are like, we get Game of Thrones.
That looks like Reptar.
It does look like Reptar now that I'm seeing it.
That's 100%. Yes.
It's a red Reptar.
The Niles McKinley red Reptars. That would be awesome.
Let's go.
That would be awesome. That's a reference that'll come out during a basketball game.
Someone please use AI to make that logo. So we can
somebody message Jesse Harden right now and let him know that they are officially going to be the Niles Red Reptars from now on. The Toronto Raptor.
I don't know if it looks like the Raptor.
I don't see
a
that.
little bit. It's right color.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. That's Reptar, dude.
That's Reptar.
Hey, Niles, good job. Where is that? That's not in Niles, is it? Yeah, it might be.
It's not in their high school gym. Might be like an ancillary gym.
Auxiliary gym?
Auxiliary gym. Why do I say ancillary? What is that?
I don't know. That was not the right word.
It's been a long show.
It's not the right word. Oh, let's wrap it up. We got a great.
On that note,
Anthony's making up words now. Great weekend ahead. Lots of great sports on tonight. That's at the middle school, I believe he says. Great night of sports tonight. We've got a basketball at noon. Liberty Leopards heading to Lisbon for some matinee basketball. I will be there. Gary Leininger will be there. And we will have the game for you live at noon tomorrow. So there's no show here. Typically on Friday, still gives you something to do during the day. You know what? I would love if someone did like a Madden cast of that. You know what I mean? I always think the Madden cast or the Manning cast or whatever YSN casts are so cool. But you can listen to this dummy. I'm the middle school.
I think it's in, and I am just self.
Okay, gotcha. I am the middle school.
I am the middle school. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the middle school now.
I'm the middle school now. We will take our 3-day break until Monday, but lots of stuff going on throughout the weekend. Anthony, one of the things that I love seeing is South Range girls basketball on a roll early to start the season. James Heath, the new first-year coach of the South Range Lady Raiders. No fear for that guy. He told us straight up he wasn't going to have any fear going into the role. And so far, so good with a big win over Ursuline last night. And what was it, Howland? Or who was the first game?
Mohawk. They went over
Mohawk,
to Mohawk
that's who
and
it
got
was.
the win. Boys beat
So-
Howland on Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm getting confused already. That's how it goes in basketball season.
But
we're living
that
on a
was
trend.
the most points the girls basketball has scored at South Range since two seasons ago in February 2024. So they had one of their best offensive nights they've had as a unit last night in Ursuline with 64 points. So they're on a roll. Gwen Lowry had 27 of those, but then they had two other players in double digits. So their offense is cooking right now.
Hey man, I'm a James Heath guy from a standpoint of he is impressive. He demands a lot. That's the kind of coach that I would want, is someone that demands a lot of me, and understanding that he had big shoes to fill with resignation of Jeff Fischel and moving on in his career, who will undoubtedly be on YSN as one of our basketball guys.
Maybe I can get him. We can do a Madden cast with Fish.
That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. But I think what James Heath is doing to help grow that program, and getting handed the baton from Fish to James Heath is nothing short of impressive here to start the year for the Raiders. So
I think he was smart keeping Coach Wise on the program. Someone that was with the program last year, knows everyone, knows what they have in the chest, knows all the abilities. So having him on staff, and then Anthony Naples also helping out with not just the junior high, but he's on the bench for the girls' high school as well. So those are two guys that know the program pretty well. I mean, Coach Naples had 3 daughters in the program, and he coaches in the junior high. And then you have Coach Wise, who was with the team last year. So you had a coaching staff that kind of understands it. And then, James Heath is able to bring the culture to it as well. So it's looking good so far. It's early and they have a lot to do, but looking good so far.
got a shout out from Sean here for Chelsea DePaula. Niles, good one against Brookfield.
Coach DePaula got her first career win for Niles in their season opener.
Congratulations, Coach. One of the things we need to tell really quick, Ant, is if coaches are out there and they don't understand why they're not getting write-ups on YSN, can you kind of lay that out for them to educate them on the best way to get a write-up on YSN?
Yeah, and with basketball especially, it's pretty simple. Just take a picture of your scorebook and send it to us, whether you want to send it on Facebook, Instagram. You can email it to us, myself, at ahartwig01.ysn@gmail.com, or you can email info@ysnlive.com, and they'll forward it to me. But any way you can get us the post-game stats, then we'll get a story up ASAP.
Just message us. It's the easiest. Anthony
way.
sees it. I see it.
Yep.
Sam sees it. Everybody sees it. That's on the background of YSN. So we're not guaranteeing that the second you send it over that we're going to get it up, because we're all working different shifts and have all kinds of different things going up. But we will get it. When we can. I know it sounds bad to say that, but it doesn't take us long to do write-ups anymore. So that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure people were educated on, because we're getting some heat again. Well, why isn't this one? Listen, we're doing the best we can. We're trying. But if you give us information, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to put a story up. So
I know we're good, but we can't pull information out of thin air. We're not there yet. We haven't that ability.
We never get. I mean, if people, it's on Huddle. No.
Okay. We have the time to go watch the Huddle film. Absolutely.
Sit there.
Keep
Who's that rebound? So, let's go to our Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and just like YSN, they're available to you 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. Hey, what's your spark?
Early in the show, we're talking about student athletes that are kicking butt in the college level that were former YSN players. How about Jackie Grisdale getting 1,000 career points at the PIAC as they slam Boston College Tuesday night? 1,000 points, Started her career as a walk-on. Now she's a 1,000-point scorer at Quinnipiac. Let's go, Jackie. Congratulations.
Way to go, Grizz. Eat it, Boston College, while we're talking
Yes.
about it. I don't have anything against them. Just thought that was appropriate. Mine is, hey, please, and I'm just as guilty as everybody else, but what I'm going to tell you is, please put your phones down when you're driving in your car. Please put them down. Put them down. Anthony, your mom was recently in an accident where she was rear-ended a couple weeks ago. Totaled your basically brand new vehicle.
Yep.
That put you in a little bit of a jam. And then literally 2 weeks later, I was stopped at a bus stop. Boom, 50 miles an hour right into the back of my wife's car, which sucks because it's bright orange. Can't miss it. But that gentleman did not admit to it. But I mean, you're going 50 miles an hour and we're stopped at a bus stop. I don't know. And his car was absolutely totaled. But what I'm going to tell you is the Toyota 4Runner, strong like bull.
Dude.
Just
It looked like it barely got touched, and his car looked like it hit a brick wall.
that's because he did.
It's crazy.
He did. God was definitely looking out for me that day because that could have been a lot worse than what it was. And that guy was able to get out of his car and walk away from a totaled vehicle. But I will tell you this, kids, parents, it's not worth it. If you can't put your phone into your system, your display or whatever on your phone, hands-free, it's not worth it. Somebody's going to lose a life because of the texting and driving thing. Please, 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 please. This is our plea. Put down your phones. Not because you're afraid that you're going to get a ticket, but you should be afraid that you're going to ruin someone's life. That's a real thing. It's a real thing. And if you don't think it can happen to you, accidents happen all the time to innocent people. And what sucks is it's not necessarily what's going to happen to you. It's what you can do to somebody else, and it affects your life as well because it's vehicular manslaughter. It's
You
stuff
can't
like
take that
that.
away.
So, yeah, and you'll be 3 hots in a cot and a 6x6 cell. That's what it looks like, and it's not worth it, to text or to be watching something or whatever. If you can't do it hands-free, don't do it while you're driving. It doesn't matter if you're just going down the block or if you're going across the country. Please put your phones down. Please keep your eyes on the road and be attentive because, I think we take for granted a lot of times driving in general. And, especially with the wintry mix that we're getting and the temperatures dropping, you never know what black ice is going to be out there and slippery spots. Please just, for the love of everything that you love, put your phones down. It can wait until you get to where you're going or, whatever. Just if your car's in drive, your phone should be away. So that's my spiel. I'm glad that everybody's okay from all the different situations. And please, again, put your phones down. No texting and driving or watching stuff and driving because that'll get you too. No distracted driving. How about that? That's going to do it for our show. I think we had a decent show. I think we had a great week, Anthony. We had lots of good content, lots of good interviews. Wrestling has returned. Finally, Wrestling Wednesday has returned to YSN. And then our awesome conversation today about Reptar. And this is Emmy Award winning stuff. Emmy Award winning stuff. And I'm proud to be a part of it every day. We're so happy that you allow us onto your device every single day, wherever you may be in the world. We're so grateful that you're here with us each day at noon right here on YSN. And as we always say, tomorrow we'll be better. I hope to God I'm better because I actually have to work tomorrow and do a game. Liberty, Lisbon, tomorrow at noon right here on the network. These two guys will be back on Monday at noon with a new week, with new stories, new content, and new discussions for you. So grateful that you want to be a part of it, and we promise to be better tomorrow and even better on Monday. We hope you have a great weekend. Anthony, Ronald, Hartwig, may the sports be with you, pal.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.